she flagrant. Once a good girl is gone, she gone forever, more than forever. And now she dog 'em out whenever. I respect your relationship. I don't care if you don't, but I think you're better than me, and I won't tell if you don't. A dog gon' be a dog, but a gon' be more clever. Oh, a dog gon' be a dog, but a gon' be more clever. Yeah.
Tonight's the night for football, everybody. The bright lights are on, the stage is set, and the crowd is ready. It's Monday Night Primetime on EA Sports. As the work week kicks off tonight, another week of football comes to an end with a Monday Night Primetime contest between the Miami Dolphins and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Jason Myers to get this one going. And Monday Night Primetime is underway. Return starts at the 3. And this drive will start inside the 25.
At their own 23-yard line.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. And he's brought down by a collective effort there, only 1 yard on the carry.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Penix here from the gun. Escapes the pocket. Finds the in route complete. Free up the middle. It's a breakaway. To the 10. There it is. Touchdown Miami. The Dolphins take a 6-0 lead right away. On is Chad Ryland for the point after.
Chad Ryland for the extra point.
The point after splits the uprights. And the Dolphins will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Steelers fullback. Jack Fox set to kick off.
Fox now to kick this one away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Trey Benson. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Prescott here from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out. Gain of 9 yards on the play. And the Steelers have a 1st down. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
And this great effort winds up getting them well into enemy territory before he's brought down. They pick up 14 yards on that one, and a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh. So fresh set of downs now from the 39.
At the 39-yard line.
Now running for the first time with Jalen Warren. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. That was Jonathan Allen on the tackle.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Short pass brought in. And this is going to get him right up near that first down, but he's marked short after a gain of 7, third down.
We give a lot of credit to receivers, and rightfully so, Kate, for them going into coverage and making a catch. I don't think we give enough credit to tight ends. I know they're big, I know they're physical, but to go into double coverage, take that contact, and come away with the catch, that's a big-time effort.
Prescott now on 3rd and 1. Here's a screen to Benson. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Steelers have a first down.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
Good running here on first down as he works his way forward for about 8.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football on defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you can bring a guy down, you're able to, and keep them from piling on those yards.
Makes the catch. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal. Defenders in the area, they still make the connection, Brock. It almost looked like it was just another throw on the practice field.
Yeah, this is how you just develop that just trust factor, that connection. We see it with QBs and tight ends, and the best of them make it look easy.
And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on 1st and goal.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
So his first blemish, Brock, after that perfect 4-for-4 start. And wouldn't expect one incompletion, though, to stop him from leaning on him this opening drive.
No, I don't think so. And I think more than anything, you see the defense kind of... ball can hit the ground on this side.
Finds Benson out of the backfield. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers finish off their opening drive. Trey Benson, the touchdown. Now it's Jason Myers on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Steelers respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early.
Jason Myers set to kick off.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Here's a return from the 7. And in the end, Brock, a pretty exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. 1st and 10. Henry gets it here to start the drive. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And that is a Dolphins' first down.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. It's a sack on 1st down. We'll see if it changes the play they go with now on 2nd.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go and let that pass rush get home.
They'll set up the screen for Henry. He brushed him off with ease. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core, football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
Turning to Henry on 3rd. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
A gain of 4 yards. That's
So we're through one as everyone tries to stay warm on what has been a very cold night. Both teams neck and neck so far. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Dolphin football as we begin. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. He did well to shake off one tackle partner, but the next one got him. He's going to lose yards.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. He even ripped through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now midfield after that loss. Here's 2nd and long. They're going play fake with Penix. Drop this one down for Henry. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
5 DBs out there for the Steelers, 3rd down. Third and long, they're going to throw. Hauled in left side. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
So the pass on that long 52-yard field goal attempt, they're going for it. 4th down, here's Penix. That'll be the 1st and more. And the stop is made just a couple of yards shy in that end zone. One of their biggest plays of the game so far, and it comes on a 4th down gamble. Just need 2 more yards that they couldn't get on that last play. Here's 1st and goal. Putting the tight end in motion. Henry punches it in for the Miami touchdown. The Dolphins take a 2nd quarter lead. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Fox now to kick this one away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. Good field position as the Steelers come up to it. 1st and 10. 1st down, here's Dak. Has a big strike to Addison. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh. One play in, Brock, and his drive is already in enemy territory. Benson on 1st and 10. Running there full steam ahead, but he ran out of steam pretty quickly. No gain on that one.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Dak now from the gun. Taken in by Addison, left side. They drop him with a big hit. At least he's able to hold on for the game, but boy, Brock, what a shot. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. And it's almost picked and taken the other way. Took that check down throw for granted, didn't he? Really paid for it. It's 4th down.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was third and manageable and an incomplete.
A 56-yard attempt.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Here's Smith on the return. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. All right, Miami has its offense set, partner. Here comes 1st and 10. The drive begins with Henry. And they're going to bring him down just after he crosses the 50. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
He'll always sign off on it when that particular call comes in the headset and the running back gets a chance to hear it. A toss is his chance to get outside quickly and let that athleticism shine as he dances through the defense.
Sending the tight end in motion left. They give to Henry on the inside handoff. And he's going to be bottled up right at the line as we've reached the 2-minute warning. First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Penix. Completed over the middle. Still has some space inside the 35. And they're going to get just inside that red zone on the big play down to the 19. That one hits for 30. And it's going to be first down Miami.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
From the gun, a run for Henry. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Penix working from the gun. Catch made by Woody Marks. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. The Steelers calling their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
Once more, here's Henry. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. 2nd and goal coming up. He is quickly making a habit out of wrecking plays, Brock, and it doesn't seem to matter what type of play that is.
It's what the best of them do. We talk about just the versatility of offensive players being dual threats. This guy's a dual threat against the pass, and that time stuck.
And this is a Miami touchdown. The Dolphins will add to their lead at the end of the half. Deebo Samuel, the touchdown. Ryland tacks on the extra point. And the Dolphins drive their lead to 11.
Steelers 10. Jack Fox sets the kickoff.
Fox now to kick this one away. And that kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. So we got a touchback. This drive will start at the 35. Beginning a new drive here, but just 16 seconds to go before halftime. Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. Finds his back, Jalen Warren. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Just before halftime, we get a timeout, take it.
Kid, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage. Sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. From the left hash, 54 yards out. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Fox now to kick this one away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, 1st and 10. And off to Benson to start the drive. And it looks like they're giving about 2 on the opening play of this drive.
That's the kind of yardage it's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
From the gun is Prescott. This is complete to Ferguson, out left. All right, short of the marker for the moment, but they've got 3rd and short coming up from their own 44.
That's not a big completion on a stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. That's caught. This is Addison. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Manages a gain of 3 there. And the Steelers have a 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
They fake the hands off. Now Prescott. Bails out of the pocket quick. Moving right. Airs it out down the sideline. Caught at the 20-yard line. And he's going to have this one down to the 20. It's a pick up of 33 yards. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You've got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside,
and he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Trey Benson, the touchdown. So great work by the running back there, Brock. He saw a little bit of space, took advantage, and he took it all the way for 6.
So good, Kate. You'll hear running back coaches say this: slow to and then explode through. And that's exactly what he did. Slow to the hole, but explodes for the touchdown.
Well, we all knew extra point was doing nobody any good there. Got to go for 2 in the tie. They do. They get it. And just like that, we're all squared up here in the second half.
Squared up, brand new ball game, even Steven. Who is Steven? You know who Steven is?
Good question. No, go ahead though. You can take it.
I don't know who Steven is, and I don't really care because it's a whole new game with both teams totally alive.
Here's Smith on the return. They'll have decent field position to begin with here. Brock, he's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line.
We've got ourselves a heck of a tie ball game, but maybe not for long after that return. Got one side clearly responding well to this pressure. Question is, some of those kicking team guys now running to play defense, how do they respond after giving up that big return late?
Penix now on 1st down. Has a man on target to Johnson. And he's down inside the 40 before he's escorted out. That one goes for 31 yards and a 1st down when all is said and done.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
Works it down to the 37. Brought to a halt by Deontay Banks.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break off something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
Penix here from the gun. Pass pulled in by Henry. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
A gain of 12. First down.
Out of the gun, Henry. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
Here we go. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Cut 19, 19 tight, 19 tight.
Penix now to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. They'll have first and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
This offense in position now. It's first and goal.
Buffalo 18. 79 Broncos.
From the red zone on first. Oh, Penix lost it. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on first and goal. Almost the impact play this defense was searching for, but they could only get half the job done, partner. Fumble forced, but they couldn't recover.
I'll tell you what else it forces, though. That coordinator, that play caller on the other side, now got a little bit of doubt about his ball handlers. Got to have better ball security than that.
Dumps this one off, Marks. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Now Penix on third and goal. And he makes the catch on the right sideline, but no! Oh, they call it out of bounds. The throw led him just a little bit too much. Boy, they had to look, Brock, and they just missed a touchdown as the throw put him a little bit too close to the edge of that end zone.
Handle priority number one, that's to catch it and secure it. Unfortunately, did not leave enough room to land his feet in the end zone, despite what was really a tremendous effort.
And a completion not in the cards on that fourth and goal. They passed on 3 points, and they'll wind up with none.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Xavier Woods up to make the tackle.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
Finds the in route complete. And he's going to be brought down up at the 31. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And the Steelers have a first down. So just 1 quarter to go on Monday Night Primetime. It's all knotted up at 21, partner. Still plenty of scoring here as we try to decide our winner. New set of downs for him from the 31. First and 10. Here's Prescott. Looking underneath here. Benson. Ooh, and he is cracked at the tail end of that play. Good hit, but sure would have loved for it to have come earlier as he gets forward a bunch and gets him the first down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Dak to the air here. Completed right side to Addison. And they get this down to the 44 before he stops. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh. Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. On first down, Warren. He's only able to get back to the line. It's going to be second down.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down.
Yeah, here we go.
Prescott set to pass. It's a screen play to Warren. That screen sniffed out quickly, shut down behind the line.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Yeah.
3rd and long, Prescott. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't connect with Jordan Addison. And that brings up 4th and long.
That's a throw at this level. With so much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. Got to be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
A 65-yard attempt.
Doesn't look like it has the leg, and it falls well short of the posts. And we are still tied in the 4th.
Well, they got the chance to kick a potential game winner, Kate, and that's all that kicker wanted, a chance. Unfortunately, he didn't make it. And all he can hope now, tie game late here, is that his counterpart across the way, warming up in that kicking net, if he doesn't get the chance to end it himself.
On 1st down, here's Penix. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Here's Penix to throw. And set up the screen for Henry. And they're all over that screen. Brock didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Looking to throw. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Cameron Curl has it. And the Steelers get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
Just how many times do these games at this level, Kate, come down to plays like this? In the end, you don't want to be the team making the mistakes. You want to be the one capitalizing on them. And now this offense has got a chance to do so.
Taken in by Addison, left side. And he's got this one down to the enemy 35 before they force him out. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down. All set to go now from the 35. Hand off to Benson from the gun. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 + 4 + 4 equals a 1st down.
Yeah. Here we go, 47. All right, 80.
Dak now from the gun. Brought in right side by Moore. And he's going to get this down to the 9. That puts him in goal to go.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Could take the lead with a field goal, Brock, but thinking touchdown here as they get set up 1st and goal. Back to throw. Here's Dak. Cutting in the goal line. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning in Pittsburgh. Steelers in range for a game-winning score. They'll try again from the 4. It's 2nd and goal.
Hey, 40. Yeah, here we go. All right, 26.
From the gun is Prescott. And he has the Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers jump in front late. Jordan Addison the touchdown. Myers to add the PAT. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Steelers break that tie and now lead by 7.
Dolphins 21.
Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Has this at the 6. Oh, and he eats a hit to bring it into that, right near the 25-yard line. Dolphins just about set up here. 1st and 10.
Let's go. Go.
Setting up to pass. Vacates quickly left side. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. That finds him deep down the sideline. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. Down inside the 40 now with a 1st down following that last play. He'll look to throw it. Drop this one down for Henry. And they take him down right along the 30.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and he netted some positive yards.
And he's able to take this one down to the 25. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
Kate, I know you could see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Ooh, almost a throw to Costin. Defender had it in his hands, but he dropped it. It's incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Well, the pressure, boy, that sped that whole play up, and it opened up a wide range of outcomes. A hurried throw almost ended up an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack.
Back to throw. And he overshoots his man. It's incomplete. That was intended for Deebo Samuel. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Okay, this quarterback gets out of the pocket. Genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
Throwing now. He finds Adams, complete. And he gets him the touchdown. And now a potential game-deciding play call coming up. On for the PAT, and a make would tie us up late. And everyone can breathe easier now. His try is good, and they found a way to tie it late in the 4th. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. And this is going to bounce out of the end zone, so they will set up shop at the 35.
At their own 35-yard line.
Good field position as the Steelers come up to it. 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. Hits him on the end route. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Steelers working with a sense of urgency from the hurry-up clock, continuing to run. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. Another one to Addison. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. The Steelers calling their 1st timeout. In quite the time crunch here, Brock, but still 2 timeouts to burn. It's 1st down. 1st down, here's Dak. Shoves one away. To the left and pulled in by Cup. And he's going to get this down inside the 30 before he's driven out. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Dak throwing again. There's a screen to Benson. That screen sniffed out quickly, shut down behind the line. So a timeout's taken, just 5 seconds left. And after the pause, we're going to see our last play of the game. An entire stadium of pressure now on Jason Myers. So a timeout's taken, just 5 seconds left. And after the pause, we're going to see our last play of the game. Now it all comes down to the veteran, confidently marching out for this moment. From the right hash, 52 yards out. It has enough leg, and it's good from deep. And barring the unexpected, that's going to be your game winner.
That field goal gives them the lead for the moment, Kate, but you don't feel comfortable when you look up at that scoreboard. This one isn't over, and that lead certainly isn't safe.
Starting from the 5. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And he's brought down Brock, and that brings his ball game to a close. Well, Brock, the fans, all right, here we go, Steelers, as they take the win on the North Shore. Well, Brock, I think it's safe to say that the top-ranked defense in the NFL probably going to take a couple of hits to its status after this one. We have not seen an opponent score against them like this very often, if at all, this season.
Yeah, I think what it shows you, too, Kate, is even for an elite defense, there's still holes and weaknesses to be found and taken advantage of. It took a whole bunch of effort, some great masterful game planning, but this offense found ways to score against a pretty salty defensive unit.
This has been another edition of the NFL.